Cool Whip. I'm putting emphasis on the H.
Sounds right to me.
Nothing ever bothers you, does it?
No, not really.
Welcome to WatchMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most hilarious recurring jokes throughout the history of Family Guy.
If anything, it's a gift to our longtime
what
viewers.
a gift! Merry Christmas! Here's a warmed-over turd from 10 years ago!
Number 30, Greased Up Guy. You can never go wrong with the classics. One of the standout bit characters of the early era, he started as a one-off joke at Peter's work picnic and has since been featured several times.
This is my favorite event. Catch the greased-up deaf guy.
Go!
You're never gonna catch me.
With his signature voice and mannerisms, he immediately made a splash among fans.
See you next year.
Despite not making as many appearances in the modern seasons, he still pops up every once in a while to remind us of the good old days. The writers have even fleshed him out over the years with a backstory, which is more than they've done for other small roles.
My God, it's the greased-up deaf guy running backwards toward that grease truck explosion.
Oh, the grease burns so bad, I can't hear.
Boy, I am late for that meeting.
No matter how short his screen time is, this greasy guy has the ability to bring a smile to anybody's face.
I agree. There's a lot about your character that's still untapped.
Okay, thank you, because, yes, I'm greased up, and yes, I'm deaf, but what else am I?
Totally.
Number 29, the theme song is interrupted. The intro to Family Guy is undoubtedly iconic by this point. Many can recognize it from the first note alone.
Out! Damn it!
Peter, are you all right?
No, I think you should call somebody.
While the song usually plays uninterrupted, there are some episodes where something chaotic happens out of the blue.
Damn it, look at my foot. It's already starting to swell up. God, I'm looking forward to this week. Freaking swelled foot all week.
You know, you should probably go ahead and shut that off.
These versions usually start the same way, with the family singing in their living room. Then, once they cut to everyone dancing on the stairs, hilarity strikes.
Hold it. What's going on here?
I'm pregnant.
You're what?
Yeah.
We're in the middle of a thing here.
Well, you didn't return any of my texts.
It's a genuine surprise each time, whether it's the return of a beloved character or Peter causing havoc among the dancers.
This girl is obviously not well, and I have just learned that she's been stealing from the show, and she should probably be escorted out of the building.
They've even used the gag to flex their animation skills, such as the theme being incorporated into one of Stewie's nightmares. In a usually static opening, the sudden variation helps keep the audience on their toes.
Pumpkin pie!
What the hell? Put him on the bench.
Number 28. What? It's a quintessential comedic subversion. Someone finds out insane news and reacts normally at first, before cutting themselves off in a dramatic fashion.
According to our customs, you are now married to my daughter. I couldn't be happier.
Well, if you're happy, then I'm happy, because after all...
What?
Over the years, they've paid homage to this trope in a loving and funny way. Usually done by Chris whenever he learns something upsetting, the callback has helped introduce sudden plot twists throughout the series.
Yes, I know how important your success is to your father. That's why he'll understand that you can never see him again.
Yeah, of course you will. Dad's very...
What?
It's branched out to other members of the Griffin family as well, which has kept it from becoming stale over the years.
You're under arrest for harboring an escaped convict.
Oh, well, that's only fair because after all, I did hide him from the... What?
The reaction is still surprising after all this time, and each voice actor's interpretation of the sound is different. It's even been incorporated into meta moments, helping it transcend from a one-off throwaway gag into a long-running, beloved bit.
It's just that someone's getting fired in front of everybody tomorrow.
Well, that sounds fine. I guess I'll just see it. What?
Old joke, you're out!
Old joke! I put my own twist on it!
There was no twist!
Oh, you're crazy!
Number 27, referencing The Simpsons. It's no secret that the two have a contentious history. The sitcom has been accused of ripping off aspects of The Simpsons since its debut.
We don't want you in our town, Simpson. We don't love you like we did in 1993. Go!
Whether the accusations are true or not, Seth MacFarlane hasn't let them get under his skin. He's poked fun at himself and his work over the years, referencing both the bad blood between the two comedies and their various similarities.
Guys, I broke television, and now you have to help me fix it.
Yeah, looks like this is one we beat you to.
The tongue-in-cheek humor let everyone know they were in on the joke too, which helped them win over some of the most staunch haters.
Yummy donut.
It's pretty good, but try it like this. donut.
These eventually culminated in one of their most ambitious episodes to date, The Simpsons Guy.
It tastes exactly like Duff. It's just a lousy ripoff.
Hey, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's not a ripoff of Duff. It may have been inspired by Duff, but I like to think it goes in a different direction.
They also serve as a love letter to one of the most influential animated shows on television.
We act like we didn't take a lot from The Simpsons. We took a lot from The Simpsons.
Number 26, Peter's Barbershop Quartet.
Well, I better tell Cleveland. I got a knack for delivering bad news.
First appearing to deliver a rather unfortunate diagnosis, the Quartet has remained one of the goofiest and most memorable additions to Family Guy.
You have AIDS.
Yes, you have AIDS.
Not HIV, but
full-blown AIDS.
With excellent harmonies and clever lyrics, the Quartet has explained multiple medical procedures and ailments. The juxtaposition between an upbeat choreographed song and devastating life-changing medical news created a hysterical moment that people couldn't get enough of.
You'll never have to wear a condom when you do it with your wife or anyone else you do it with.
They've pulled off some incredible musical feats, such as going on perfectly in-tune rants mid-song.
You know the one who always has high beams under a ribbed white cotton t-shirt, but then stares daggers at you for checking her out. And it's like, why do you wear that if you don't want attention?
While they haven't had an original number in years, they've still been heard in recent seasons. We can only hope that Peter will get the band back together someday to bring us another fantastic piece.
You've got the AIDS.
That guy's gonna feel so much better after we do what we got planned.
Number 25, Buzz Killington. He's proof that you never know which jokes will resonate.
Oh man, this is the best party I've ever been to.
Evening, everyone. I thought it would be very droll if we all sat down and looked at etchings. Would you like to join me, Peter?
One of the best aspects of the animated sitcom is that people you think will only appear once end up becoming semi-regular references. Buzz Killington exemplifies this perfectly.
But he's having some trouble, isn't he? Would you like to know why?
Why?
Because he's a Scot.
While he began as an over-dramatized caricature of a boring, unaware man, he's become a fan favorite.
Do any of you know the tale of how cornmeal came to be?
No.
No.
Neither did the miller when he left his house that morning.
He lives up to his name with each appearance, stopping the moment in its tracks to discuss something random.
Do you know why W.S. Gilbert was frequently drunk on his transatlantic crossings?
No.
Because he was quartered on the port side.
A Killington feature is a surefire way to remind the fanbase of the older seasons, while also making them chuckle out loud. While we definitely wouldn't want to hang out with him at a party, we certainly have no issue seeing him on our screens.
Let's both revisit the birth of the Doyleycott Opera Company.
Number 24, Eddie the Live Studio Ostrich. Even the most random moments can end up becoming a constant recurrence. Eddie the Live Studio Ostrich is one of the sillier characters introduced, but he's also one of the most brilliant.
Ha-ha! Oh, sorry, wrong house. Look, Eddie's at the wrong house. Ha ha! Ha ha!
He was first introduced as the only viewer of a live taping of 2.5 Men.
It's Friday night and I don't have a date. Well then, let me get you a number from my little black book.
Ha ha!
The Bird's signature laugh has become one of the best punchlines to a joke that doesn't quite land.
Lois, you're joking, right? Lois!
Ha ha!
He's popped up several times since his introduction, and he has a way of stealing the scene every time.
Awesome! A chick and chick fight.
Ha ha!
The fact that he's gone from a cutaway to a recurring presence is proof that the writers are just as aware of his comedic genius as the fans are. Number 23, not winning an Emmy. Despite having over 20 seasons, they've gone continually overlooked at the most prestigious night in television.
There must be like 20 of them.
23, but I'm sure you have a lot of trophies of your own.
While individual members of the cast and crew have won for select episodes, the show itself has never won Outstanding Animated Program. They've touched upon this playfully. poking fun at themselves while also wondering why it hasn't happened yet.
What's the big secret reason Family Guy can't win an Emmy?
All right, we'll tell you. Your show sucks.
They even have a whole anthology addressing their concerns, where they're roasted by several other successful showrunners.
You take this big pile of garbage and you tie it all up by having everyone sit around saying, at least everything's back to normal, as if something happened.
The self-deprecating jokes are always amusing and help add a layer of self-awareness. They've even directly compared themselves to their animated contemporaries.
Why are there two sets of prices?
One's the Emmy winner discount.
Black coffee and toast, please.
While it's unclear whether Family Guy will get the gold someday, it's clear that they won't be giving up anytime soon.
Hey, that's no fair. I don't got none of them.
Number 22, Quagmire hates Brian. While this was one of the most unexpected rifts to occur, it's quickly become one of the most popular.
You are the worst person I know. You constantly hit on your best friend's wife. The man pays for your food and rescued you from certain death, and this is how you repay him? And to add insult to injury, you defecate all over his yard.
By season 8, many fans had come to accept that Brian was a shell of the dog he once was. So, when Glenn laid into him and listed all of his flaws, it was a cathartic moment for many.
Well, what have you done to help? I work down at the soup kitchen, Brian. Never seen you down there. You want to help? Grab a ladle.
Since then, their relationship has never rekindled. While they have small moments of allyship, it's been made clear that this hatred runs deep.
Would you mind giving me a lift home, buddy?
From lobbing insults at him to getting into fistfights, it's obvious that he is Quagmire's least favorite Griffin.
This is all your fault! What the?
Their feud has led to some amazing moments over the years, making it one of the most significant running jokes on the show.
You thirsty boy? Yeah, you're a thirsty boy.
Number 21, Brian's faux intellect.
Last thing I want is attention. It's just that when you've read as many books as I have, it takes a toll, you know?
In the beginning of the series, he served as the voice of reason for the family. While Brian was flawed, he was genuinely intellectual.
Oh, finally, another reader in the family.
However, as it went on, it was slowly revealed that the dog's wisdom was a farce. In the modern era, he often acts and speaks as though he's the smartest person in the room, just to immediately be shut down by a member of the family.
What are you reading right now?
Oh, boy.
Well, I'm sort of between books right now.
Yeah? What was the last thing you read?
He's got you on the ropes now.
Well, I'm actually rereading a lot of stuff.
While it was a jarring transition at first, now people get excited at seeing Brian be humbled so easily.
Dimensional planes, right?
Don't do that. Don't repeat the last two words like you already kinda knew what I was talking about. You have no idea what I'm talking about.
Whether he's pretending to understand Stewie's inventions or lying about something as simple as reading, his new arc has been one of the most interesting and hilarious in the show's history.
Words on the printed page. Thank you, Steve Gutenberg, right? What is this, oak?
Oh, I don't even think it's oak.
Number 20, Stewie's sexy parties. This is definitely an oldie but a goodie. Stewie hasn't had one of his sexy parties in some time, and we have to say we kind of miss them.
But then I realized you'd be out of the house 5 days a week, which means I'd be free to throw some of my sexy parties.
It was always hilarious seeing Stewie chase giggling women around the room at high speed, complete with the goofy Benny Hill-like music.
This calls for a sexy party.
We don't really know what the point of this joke was, aside from it being yet another random idea that the writers threw in just because they could. Not that we're complaining. Number 19, Roadhouse. Roadhouse is definitely one of Peter's weirdest catchphrases. It all started in Brian's Got a Brand New Bag when Peter bought the movie from Quahog Video.
Sir, I need another $1.25.
Is that right? Keep the change. Roadhouse.
He subsequently kicked everything he could, accompanied by the confident Roadhouse catchphrase. There have been numerous variations on the joke over the years, including Brown House.
My stomach feels like that time I had explosive diarrhea. Brown House.
Toast House, and Row House. And it's even been stolen by Homer Simpson.
Roadhouse.
By this point, We think the goofy catchphrase is more popular than the movie itself.
Exactly right.
Number 18. Play me off, Johnny. Are we the only ones who miss Vern and Johnny? For those who don't know, Vern would randomly appear, joke about the character's predicaments, and then be played off by Johnny. The joke did not make any sense whatsoever, but its sheer randomness was part of its charm. Unfortunately, viewers quickly became sick of the duo, and they were killed by Stewie in season 5. Although, even that didn't completely get rid of them.
Damn, play me some filler, Johnny.
Maybe moderation was the key to this vaudevillian duo.
I'll tell you what you can pick, a tune out on that piano. Fatty's in a little jam, dead girl, Fatty's in a little... Oh, now how the whiz-bang does the rest of it go?
Number 17, Tom and Diane's Banter. Quahog 5 News is one entertaining news channel. There's correspondent Trisha Takanawa, who's either unenthusiastically commenting on events or being totally wrecked by some freak occurrence.
Diane, I'm hearing.
Thank you, Trisha.
Then there's Ollie Williams, perhaps the most succinct and hilarious weatherman ever.
Ollie?
It's gonna rain!
Thanks, Ollie.
But the heart of Quahog 5 News is Tom and Diane, who share a weird combination of sexual tension and bitter hatred towards one another, as evidenced by their frequent and hilarious bickering.
Well, Diane, that last report was so good, I think you deserve a spanking.
Oh, Tom, I don't think your wife would appreciate that.
If only real newscasts were this much fun. Number 16, Al Harrington. Al Harrington has become a bit of a breakout character. His claim to fame is, of course, the wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube men ad, but this being Family Guy, they can't just let one solid joke go.
Crudely painted, not so funny, plywood cutout folk art. Crudely painted, not so funny, plywood cutout folk art.
Al has since appeared numerous times on the show, in full energetic salesman mode, and usually accompanied by some weird, elaborately named product or statement.
Lois, I'm not going back to work tomorrow. That new boss has it in for me. He's meaner than a shifty salesman.
The writers even poke fun at how annoying he is in Back to the Pilot, when Peter smokes a cigarette during an Al Harrington cutaway gag.
You sure you got time to smoke?
Oh yeah, it's an Al Harrington. It goes on for a while.
Number 15, Butt Scratcher. Everyone say it with us now. Butt Scratcher!
Butt Scratcher! Butt Scratcher! Get your butt scratcher here!
The famous butt scratchers first appeared in No Chris Left Behind, when Peter was selling them at a baseball game as a second job. Butt scratcher vendors have also appeared at the Lois Deirdre Jackson fight and at Peter and Karen's wrestling match.
Butt Scratcher! Butt Scratcher!
We know it's immature, but there's just something hilarious about grown men dramatically yelling butt scratcher at each other.
Butt scratcher! Get your butt scratcher here!
Plus, the whole concept of a butt scratcher is just ridiculous. Number 14, Peter's personal and very expensive vehicles. In the Cleveland Loretta Quagmire, Peter uses both his Peter Copter and the Hinder Peter to quickly reach his destination, only to crash both of them into Joe's property.
Peter, what the hell?
Joe, get inside! The blades are still spinning!
Peter, what is that thing?
Joe!
Other vehicles have appeared over the years, including the Peterang and the Peter Dactyl, but neither was as hilarious as the original two. How he found, afforded, or built them is anyone's guess. Regardless, Peter's ludicrous personal vehicles perfectly showcase Family Guy's unique and utterly unpredictable sense of humor.
Joe, I am so sorry.
How can you afford these things?
Number 13, Brian's novel. Brian desperately wants to be a world-renowned novelist, but nobody shares his enthusiasm.
Got a nice little story you're working on there, a big novel you've been working on for 3 years, yeah?
His first book, Faster Than the Speed of Love, was an utter travesty. Stewie constantly badgered Brian about his lack of progress. Lois made fun of the title, and it sold literally 0 copies.
Brian Griffin's Faster Than the Speed of Love has astonishingly not sold a single copy thanks to universal panning by literary critics.
And while his self-help book sold well, it was a shameless cash grab that resulted in Brian being insulted and humiliated on Bill Maher.
And that's another thing I have to say. Aren't Wish It and Want It really the same thing? I mean, your book basically makes 3 points and 2 of them the same point.
Brian's writing career is like a car crash. We want to look away, but we just can't help ourselves. Number 12, Giggity. Quagmire's distinguishing characteristic is that he's a ladies' man, and a very creepy one at that, particularly in later seasons.
Oh, giggity, 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 goo!
Who else but Quagmire?
Sex is always on his mind, and it seems as if he tries to sleep with every woman he comes across. He's made countless inappropriate jokes and comments in his quest for pleasure, most of which are accompanied by some variation of his ridiculous catchphrase, giggity giggity goo.
Giggity, 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 ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah, ting, tang, walla walla bing bang, ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ah, ting, tang, walla walla bing bang.
We don't know what the heck giggity giggity goo means, but then again, this is Quagmire we're talking about. He's a little weird. Number 11, Mistreating Meg. Poor Meg. She really doesn't deserve the treatment she gets.
Help me.
But deserve it or not, Meg is often the brunt of many harsh jokes and violent actions. Her family, especially Peter, tends to ignore her and even tells her to shut up when she's talking.
Dad, how could you be okay with Mom parading herself around like this? I mean, she's half naked. It makes all women look bad.
Meg, who let you back in the house?
She's frequently mistreated at school. Peter even once hit her with a baseball bat. And that's not the worst thing he's done.
I can already picture my funeral.
Thanks, didn't want to pay for the hole.
She rarely, if ever, gets thrown a bone. And it's pretty conflicting. Can you laugh and feel kinda awful at the same time? Apparently, yeah, you can. Number 10, Whip.
I tell you what, when this is all over, I'll make you some pie with a nice dollop of Cool Whip.
There it is again. Why are you putting so much emphasis on the H?
It all started with Stewie asking Brian for some Cool Whip. Of course, this being Stewie, he decided to annoy Brian by putting emphasis on the H and pronouncing whip as whip.
Ooh, let me have some of that Cool Whip. What'd you say? You can't have a pie without Cool Whip. Cool Whip? Cool Whip, yeah. You mean Cool Whip? Yeah, Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Cool Whip. Cool Whip.
This joke has been repeated numerous times throughout the series, and has even been used on other words like whilwheaten, ruined, and cruel.
Wait, what?
I said you ought to be nicer to Will Wheaton.
You mean Will Wheaton?
Yes, Will Wheaton.
Why are you saying it like that?
What? I'm just saying you should be nicer to Will Wheaton. Will Wheaton seems like a nice guy.
It's since become one of Family Guy's most popular running jokes, both in and outside of the show. Like, who among fans hasn't said whip at least once in our lives?
Cool Whip. I'm putting emphasis on the H.
Sounds right to me.
Nothing ever bothers you, does it?
Number 9. No. We're pretty sure that every Family Guy fan has taken on Consuela's no.
Hola?
Yes, could you please put Brian back on?
No, doggy afuera.
Consuela may be little more than a stereotype, but she has become one of the show's most popular background characters thanks to her authoritative attitude and hilarious monotone delivery.
Well, we're looking for a missing...
I know. Mr. Superman, he knows he's here.
Her no catchphrase has become one of the show's go-to running jokes, and it's been used in many diverse situations. From denying Joe access to the Fortress of Solitude, to condemning Darth Stewie for buying generic window cleaner.
This isn't Windex, but it's just as good. It's the store brand.
No, it'd leave a film.
I'm okay with the film. Just use it.
No.
Number 8, Evil Monkey. Family Guy really loves to run with a one-off character. Case in point, the evil monkey that lives or lived in Chris's closet.
Monkey in a closet.
The monkey was first mentioned and seen in Season 2's Damn It, Janet, where it displayed its signature look and menacing pose.
No!
It appeared a few more times, mostly to Chris, before it was given an extensive and sympathetic backstory in Hannah Banana, which effectively killed the joke.
Look, Chris, I'm sorry if I scared you before, but this is a great chance for us to start over.
No, it isn't. You can fool everyone else, but you can't fool me. You go to hell.
Still, it was good while it lasted, and is a classic example of Family Guy's penchant for absurd, random humor. Number 7, Stewie trying to kill Lois. One of the things we miss most about early Family Guy is Stewie's utter hatred towards Lois.
What are you doing with a gun?
Something I should have done a very long time ago.
Stewie's need to kill Lois was his primary motivation in the pilot, and he was so determined that he even made a laser gun disguised as a tuna sandwich in a futile attempt to murder her.
What the deuce are you staring at? It's tuna fish. And nothing else.
This psychotic fascination with Lois has died down in recent years. He now seems more concerned with Brian, but it was a classic running joke of prime-era Family Guy that should never be forgotten.
Brian, help me!
Number 6, the KoolAid Man. In the pilot, the KoolAid Man bursts through the courthouse wall with his signature, "Oh yeah," after Peter is sentenced to prison.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no!
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah!
This happens again in Stewie Kills Lois, much to the judge's displeasure.
Oh, no!
Oh, no!
Oh, no!
Oh, yeah!
Okay, can I ask everyone to please stop saying "oh no" in this courtroom?
But things get really fun in Back to the Pilot when Stewie and Brian distract the Kool-Aid Man and he misses his cue.
You guys did this! You guys did this!
It's amazing how Family Guy can take a simple gag and do so much with it, like revisiting it and altering its outcome via time travel. You know, there are few animated shows with this much ingenuity.
Oh, yeah!
Number 5, Surfin Bird. Like Al Harrington and the Vaudevillians, your mileage may vary on Surfin Bird.
Oh, well, everybody's heard about the bird.
It appears constantly in the episode I Dream of Jesus, and makes surprise cameo appearances throughout the rest of the series. And each time, it'll either elicit an appreciable chuckle or a groan, depending on how well the joke went over for you the first 10 times.
Oh, well, everybody's heard about the bird. Bird, bird, bird. The bird's a winner, well, a bird.
That's annoying.
Also like Al and the Vaudevillians, the show acknowledges the annoying nature of the joke both when Peter unplugs the jukebox and gets hit in the crotch with a bag of nickels. Number 4, Conway Twitty. Conway Twitty has become the show's most infamous running gag, and it all started in Season 5's Bill and Peter's Bogus Journey.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Conway Twitty.
We had no idea what was in store for us. The joke arguably came to a head and the juice is loose when the Conway bit lasted for 3 whole minutes.
Yikes! Looks like I need a distraction. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Conway Twitty.
That's about 15% of an entire episode's running time. Fans are split on whether the Conway gags are brilliant ballsy jokes or lazy wastes of time, but either way, you can't deny its legacy. Number 3, Cleveland's house is destroyed. The Cleveland's house gets destroyed gag first appeared in Hell Comes to Quahog when Peter obliterates his house with a tank.
No, 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 no!
It has subsequently been destroyed by a giraffe, the flying Griffin house, and even Peter himself as a human cannonball.
No, 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 no!
Oh, hey, Cleveland.
The gag is so popular it was even transferred over to The Cleveland Show, and it's since become Cleveland's primary contribution to Family Guy. When someone thinks of Cleveland, they undoubtedly think of him sliding down his ruined house in a bathtub. Number 2. Family Guy knows how to make characters fall in the funniest ways possible. You probably recognize the Family Guy fall, which is when a character collapses with one arm behind their back. But the more famous method of falling involves a character, usually Peter, grasping their knee and wincing in pain for extended periods of time. This is arguably the original gag that went on way too long, but then looped back around to being funny again joke. And it's since become Family Guy's signature running gag. That is, except for one other. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Ernie the Giant Chicken. The number 1 spot must go to Ernie the Giant Chicken.
Oh, yeah, and that nice chicken outside gave me this coupon.
I'm sorry, this is expired.
You son of a...
Unlike other Family Guy running gags, we don't think anyone is tired of the giant chicken fights. They are consistently hilarious and entertaining. And they're also expertly animated and scored, showcasing the immense amount of talent behind the Family Guy scenes.
This isn't medium rare.
Then have them take it back.
Each fight is progressively longer, more bombastic, and more inventive, like the backwards fight in Yug Yillimov, which prevents the joke from becoming stale.
You know, that chicken's kid is in my preschool class. I don't really want to be friends with him, but he knows a lot of chicks.
Each time Ernie randomly shows up, we know we're in for something great. Family Guy joke would you like to see become a running gag? Let us know in the comments below.
Well, who the hell are you to talk down to anyone?
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.